Do you truly feel great about yourself? A few years back, my answer to this question here would have been a loud no. First of all, I was suffering from dyslexia, so I couldn't spell or read. Secondly, I had really strong difficulties speaking. I was stuttering so heavily. And lastly, I was also suffering from anxiety. But what I remember mostly about this time here was not necessarily all my challenges. It was all the great self-hatred that came along with all of it. I felt like my failures and my flaws was truly something personal to me. I felt like it was my fault, all of it. And I remember lying in bed sometimes at night just thinking, why can't you just be like everybody else? Why do you have to be so incredibly difficult? Why can't you just fit in and perform like everybody else in school? And in that moment, I thought to myself, if only I wasn't stuttering, if only I was doing better, everything would be different. I wouldn't be so hard on myself. And it took a long time for me to realize that nothing was ever really going to change for me unless I looked within myself. Because as I grew older, things were actually changing. I was no longer stuttering. I could actually read and write a little bit. My anxiety wasn't as bad. But at the same time, I found that my self-hatred and my self-talk wasn't actually changing. And so I knew I needed to look within if I wanted to feel truly great about myself. My journey towards self-love and self-acceptance has been quite long and is still very much unfolding. But I remember one of the very first insights I had about myself. Once I began looking a little bit within, I realized that I was obsessed with all of the things about myself that I could not change. And these things here, I had very little acceptance for. Although it took a lot of different things to heal myself from within, simply shifting my energy towards all of the things I could actually have a positive impact on was an incredible change for me. And to this day here, whenever I find myself getting caught up in focusing on all the negative aspects I cannot impact, I always sit down and I ask myself, what is the most loving thing I can do for myself right now?